Hey everybody, Dr. Ed here, and I'm back after a week-long hiatus with some more Magic Arena. Some personal stuff came up, so I had to take a little bit of a break, but here we are back with some weird Bant stuff, so a more aesthetically pleasing view for a lot of people. We're going to be playing some weird Bant ramping shenanigans. So in this case, quick rundown, we have the standard ramp package, we have our Llanowar Elves, Incubation Druid, Paradise Druid. Don't know how I feel about the Druid of the Kali yet. I just felt like I wasn't hitting the mana I needed, but who knows. At least it survives a Chain Whirler. Crassus, we have all the mana. We need something to spend it on. Crassus is a big, angry boy. Heals us, tramples, card draw, the works. I love it. Now, Finale is one of our outlets for a lot of mana we're going to be getting. Is it frequently I hit X equals 10? No. Is it frequently I hit X equals 6 or 7 or 8 and still flood the board with the metric shit ton of 2/2s with Vigilance? God, yes. And we have things to make them even better. Of course, we are running our standard Explore stuff. We have J-Light Ranger, helps us find our lands, etc. Prison Realm, it's removal, Scry, find what we need. Hits Planeswalkers, which is very important in the meta. Teferi's Teferi, we love him, he's so good. What a great boy. Now, Shalai's a fun one because it gives everything other than herself hexproof. And when we have a wide board and a shitload of mana available to us, it's not impossible for us to quite reliably hit her, pay 6, put a 1/1 counter on everything. Especially nice if we can hit that with an Incubation Druid or two. Tristani's great if you're running Selesnya and going wide. A Lord effect on all other creatures, A+. Nissa's great, it's ramp, what's not to love. And now the Immortal Sun. You see, this one is a little bit weird, but the important thing to take from it is it doesn't shut down Nissa herself, because at her worst, she's still a ramp tool. And then, of course, it's going to be another Lord effect. Everything's cheaper. We shut down their Planeswalkers, and then we can draw 2 a turn. But yeah, with that being said, mana base is the usual stuff. We have a bunch of dual lands, etc., etc. We're only running the 2 Glacial Fortress because we really don't want to cut into our forest count, because doubling up on our forest when this is very important. And at most, we need to hit double white for Finale of Glory. And with Nissa untapping all that other shenanigans, we should be fine. But yeah, let's get into a couple games. Let's see how they go. Okay, so we're jumping into our first game against Reeds. Let's see what we can do. Now, what do we have in our opening hand? It is a painful hand. We have our double white, we have our breeding pool, some removal, ramp. Okay. I don't know how good this is, but at least we have a potentially decent sized Finale if we're up against something more early game or angry. So we're just gonna slam our breeding pool and tapped. Fountain, we have another Finale of Glory. Not too keen on seeing that. If they're running these, I'm more concerned that they'll have spot removal, which could just dumpster our Incubation Druid. So I'd rather see if our Paradise Druid gets to live to see another turn. Running Discovery, which makes me think Esper Colors. Not necessarily that they need it for the Discovery half of it, but they're dumping a land. Okay, so they might be fishing for some black mana here. Now, we could get a bunch of ramp going right now, which could be pretty funny, because we do have access to 4 mana as it stands. We are playing pretty heavily into sweepers, but if they don't have a response to it, we can X equals 4, have a decent sized board. We can be greedy and just try to pump up our Incubation Druid, just to get even more mana, to see if we can get the big giant Finale up. They did hit one of their black mana. Good news is they're at least a couple turns out from hitting double white, double black. And more importantly, we have Nissa, which the one downside to her right now as it stands is we only have access to 1 proper forest. So what we will be doing, we're still going to be slamming her down. We're going to be upticking one of the Hallowed Fountains, just because, ideally, we don't want them to get any more fetch out of that, of course. What we are going to want to do is get the extra untap from Breeding Pool, just for the extra ramp from it being a forest. There we go, another Narset. Buddy's still fishing, trying to find removal of some sort to deal with our board. Again, we're scared of sweepers. Like, Kaya's Wrath is not what we want to see currently. That's not too bad. Now let's see what can we do here. We can slam this in. We'd have access to 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're almost close to a really big finale. So, yeah, I think for now we are just going to... It's going to do this. We are going to... Do I prison realm? What do I do here? It's such a weird line of play running this deck that I'm not quite confident with. May as well untap it. We're dead to sweepers either way, right? So what we can do, swing you here, swing you here. We'll have access to Incubation Druid mana, because we can do this at instant speed. And next turn we can get a really gross finale off, assuming we don't die a horrible, painful death. They play a Teferi, like a Teferi, whatever we want to call him. We'll see. Decent chance opponent will just slam him down. Is he going to do any bouncing shenanigans, or what's the deal with him?
I know my responsibility.
He's going to bounce Nissa. What can we see? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 11. Yep, that's lethal on the board. Ah, we were so close to doing some fun shit. Okay, let's just jump to our next game, see if we can have actual fun with this. So a bit of a jarring cart to a load screen, but just thinking, with any of the big finales where X equals 10 blah blah blah, I feel like I personally am way too greedy with them. Like in that previous game, it very well could have been a better game plan for myself just to try to slam one down for X equals 4 or 5. It looks like we're dealing with mono white today. So, no turn 1 play, gives us a good excuse to get our breeding pool down. I really like Adanto's making a comeback. I really love that card. Let's see. And I'm not too concerned with whatever removal they may or may not have, so I see no reason for us not to play Incubation Druid, especially considering we already have access to every color of mana we would need. This doesn't let us play anything extremely early as it stands. Depending on what they play now, it might just be a Prison Realm. Is that worth a Prison Realm? Probably not. So I think for now, how greedy do I want to be? This will give us access. I think Jade Light potentially has more use to me than Paradise Druid, because it can help me continue to make my land drops, and hitting another one, just out of the double explores here, will let me play Nissa. Now, do I wish that land in particular wasn't a shock land? Yes, but can't win them all. So we have 4 mana on the board. Let's see what we draw into here. How relevant is removing threats right now? I would say fairly. So I think we take the big horny boy and see if we cannot stabilize here. Shallai's thick, but not 4 toughness thick, or big enough to deal with one of these boys here. Prison Realm might be an option. We have 4 mana, that would be 3. We wouldn't have anything to follow up with it, so they'd still be swinging at us for 2, 4, 6, 9 damage, which is problematic. I'm begrudgingly thinking it might just be more important for me to get Nissa out now. She might take some threat off my ass by dealing with the aspirant or something. In case I do draw into a finale, which I might need to deal with their board state as it stands. Let's see. Either way, we're trading with one of these knights, so I may as well get the chip damage in. I would love to be in a position where I can afford to play Paradise Druid there, but more likely than not, we're just going to be throwing a Crassus at them. So we're getting hit for 9, which isn't quite lethal unless they have some instant speed bullshit. Of course, as mono white, they probably have upplay here. So what can we do here to keep us in this? We need 3 blockers. We'll have this, turn the land into a thing, yada yada yada. So we can breeding pool, uptake breeding pool. We gotta keep that a land,
Be
sadly.
wary of the ground
As
you
much
walk on.
as I am pained to admit it. So we have 3, 4, 5. We have 5 mana, which means we're gonna have a Crassus for 3, which is kind of a little bit limpy. Or no, it's a Crassus for 2. That's even more limpy than I thought. Because yeah, we need 3 blockers right now. Am I an idiot? I am an idiot. I can't count. I could count right the first time. Fucking hell. Alright. It is what it is. Let's hit our opponent with the oopsie. Shocking would have killed us. So, yeah, we're floating this 1 mana, so at least we can get this Lana Warrior. Yeah, that's why I did it. I knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, how important Lanny there was for me. And this would tap 2 things out. Yeah, we'd have 2 blockers. How much do I hate this? How much do I hate chumping with a Lana War? A lot. And same thing, we're able to swing in, get our chip damage in. Okay, we're in a little bit more of a dire strait here. At least we can deal with the aspirant. Block out this. Fuck. Well. Okay, well, we can't win them all, right? Well, let's just jump into another game. It's probably going to be a 3-game episode, especially with just Bistic one. But yeah, thinking about it, that last game, trying to figure out a line of play that would have kept us in. I think most cards outside of Deputy that he would have had, outside of Conclave Tribunal, we would have been fine against. This is dumb. I shouldn't keep this, but I am 100% just shocking in this Temple Garden. Let's get good Lanny out. Now, ideally, I draw. Give opponent a good hello. I really do love the alternate art duress. It's okay, sometimes. Fucking right. Alright. So, what we are able to do is the fun thing that I like to call. We have 3 mana available to us. So, yeah. Sadly, we only have access to the 2 green. So we are just going to get Lana War. I feel we're in a position where we are going to be forced into Crassusing now. Because if we don't, well, we're going to get cried at the Carnarium. But we have access to 6 mana, so we get Crassus for 4, which is basically as small of a Crassus as I ever want to see, and isn't that lovely? I think one of my favorite interactions in the game is when your big baby Crassus boy gets his own big baby Crassus. It's just, it's endearing, you know? You gotta love it. Let's see what happens. Nothing they have is holding priority. How greedy am I feeling? Because right now we have a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Crassus for 5. Yeah, let's greed it up a little bit. It's not like I've ever been punished before. Never. Not once in my Magic career. That concerns me a little bit when priority just sits like that. Opponent sitting on 4 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got a Crassus for 7. A bunch of land, a bunch of druids, but let's see, because just between these 2 boys alone we have. Okay, so I'm keeping this video in here, but we're doing another game because our opponent did absolutely fuck all. But yeah, one more. Uno más. But yeah, I was really hoping to get like a big bomb-ass finale of glory. You know, that's going to be the thumbnail, but that opportunity hasn't happened yet. And that's a little bit of a bummer. And we were about to, they scooped. Other games we just had a shitload of Crassuses, and then we just kind of won because our opponent did nothing. Otherwise, we just got mono-redded, which happens. What can you do about it? Our current hand, this little bastard being white and blue is kind of annoying. I think to play him on curve, I am going to want to shock in the white mana one. Ideally, I draw into, I don't know, a check land. My own glacial fortress. Hey buddy, how's it going, friend? You gonna take the option away from me? You gonna take my Teferi? Are you gonna take my Teferi? He's gonna do it. Motherfucker. Okay, well that makes my next choice pretty easy. We are just going to play this nice Druid of the Cowl. And then we're gonna play this nice Llanowar Elf. And then we're gonna have a great old time playing Shalai, getting our board wiped because we're dealing with Esper. No Cry of the Carnarium. Alright. That gives me the opportunity. We need 4 mana available, huh? Do you run counters? I'm running into the only fucking Esper player still running Absorb. Jesus Christ. Cry every time. And now, as we know, the rest of this game, the story of it is going to be the lone Druid of the Cowl winning the entire game for me. Search for Azcanta is not something I can hit with Prison Realm. Sadly. Are you going to get rid of my Druid? No? Okay, thank you. I know you have something at instant speed. I'm going to guess it's like a cast down. You're going to have like that sweet, sweet moment of craving, which thankfully neither of these get killed by it, unless I actually use my Paradise Druid. You got a Kaya's Wrath. Do you have double moment of craving? Oh, crying moment. Oh, that's a bit of a bummer. I still have Nissa though. And as we've seen from previous games, Nissa all on her lonesome can win games.
My elemental friend.
3/3 beaters are nothing to fuck with. Especially when all I have to do is uptick this lady every turn. Now we're just trying to draw into something big, something gassy. Chemister's Insight main phase. I love seeing that. Come on, game. Give me something juicy. That's not juicy. Yeah, we're gonna lose all of our force and shit to some Kaya's Wrath BS, which sucks because right now this is when I really want to see Finale of Glory, and that's why I haven't been touching this Temple Garden, because I'm gonna have to tap it, untap with Nissa to reach the double white requirement. But he has his Kanto. We'll know what position we're in if he main phases it. A main phase his Kanto is really good for us. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I believe in you. He's thinking. He has so many things holding priority right now. I'm less attached to this hallowed fountain than anything else.
Behold, nature's true
He has
power.
no way to give himself instant speed board wipes. Come on, buddy. You're going to cast down my forest. You're going to Azcanta? You're going to Azcanta on my turn? That is fine. You might even get the chance to Chemister's Insight, which I respect. I'm really hoping you just draw a Cry of the Carnarium, though. Thinking about it. And just so you guys know, the reason I did it with the Hallowed Fountain, it's not a forest. Before... Oh, that's not what I wanted to see you have, friendo. But he's in a dire circumstance here. Even if... Not if. When he Kaya's Wrath next turn, he has to have an answer to actually deal with our shit. Now, in this case, I'm curious. Okay, yeah, specifies an opponent controls. I'm like, do I just want to get the scry off of Prison Realm on my own shit? But opponent's probably going to bin a land. Okay, he's binning an Ashiok. Interesting, alright. No, I don't even remember having this Shalai. It's one of those games today. Come on, buddy. You're in a position where you have to Wrath. But I can also alt Nissa. Whether or not I will, probably not. I'll probably have to be greedy with Nissa and keep her alive just so I can have a recurring threat in the form of my potential 10 available mana with 4 lands out. Oh, you a bitch. You a bitch. You took this from me. You see this, bud? You took this from me. But we clap him back, then. We clapping so hard, buddy.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
So we have access to 8 mana, which means it's not as big as I want it to be. God, I cannot count. Oh my lord. It's okay, that doesn't matter. It didn't cost us angels or anything. We're fine. Buddy, family, you have to find another Kaya's Wrath to keep you in this game, son. You gotta. That is a thought erasure. You know what's in here. That's a prison realm. You don't want that. You haven't played anything that could deal with that. Is this it, friend? Is this the end of the game? Is this the end of our union? Me and you together, Broke Angel. Me and you playing this game of Magic. Where I have one angry, world-shaking girl against, I don't know, a ghost murdering lady in a spooky wet land. I gotta think, what are his outs right now? He has to have a Kaya's Wrath in hand right now. Potentially some instant speed. He does have that. Okay, that's good for him. Are you going to Thought Erasure to fix your draw, or are you going to hold mana for his Kanta? Do you have removal? Because my next land is going to be hitting you for quite a bit. Gonna clap on these. Okay, they're still in this. Fuck yes, okay, good. Give me the opportunity to do some dumb shit. That's all I ask. So we're just going to play our druid. We're gonna swing on in with our sweet vigilant land. And we're gonna enter and blah 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 druid mana BS blah blah blah. Issue is Nissa's really good, but we're running out of land, right? Good news is, just like our previous turns, we do have lethal on board with the adaptation of our druid. So buddy, I have to ask again. Do you have what you need to survive? I understand. He's already gone through, is it 2 Kayas? 2 Kayas, 2 Cries, Cry of the Carnarium, and Absorb, Thought Erase. You've done your control-y stuff. You haven't found your Rasu's Contempt, which if you find right now, I'll be pretty sad. Tefers also does a pretty good job. Bounces something. Probably, it doesn't do a good enough job. Let's see, he could Tefers, down tick bounce. No, that wouldn't do anything because that wouldn't untap for the 2 mana. I think opponent's out of options here. He might have a 2-cost targeted removal that can kill the forest or kill the druid. In this case, what saves him? Yeah, I think he has to have removal for both of these right this turn. And he's thinking about it. And he scoops, he doesn't have it. Okay, you know what? At least we got to play Finale of Glory. It's getting a little bit past my bedtime, so we're going to wrap it up. Again, sorry for the rather large hiatus. It's just been a pretty crazy nutso week. But hopefully I'm back at least for a while. So as usual, thanks so much for watching. Should start saying this at the beginning. Subscribe, like, comment, yada yada yada. But for now, I'm Dr. Et, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye for now, everybody! Woo!